LACEY at the jail. What's your name, please? Ma'am, over there in the jail. What's your name, please?
Sierra.
Okay. And all right, Ms. Claremont, I'm not sure I caught her name.
It's Miss Hackle.
Hackle, okay. Yeah, they've got a little echo room over there, so it's hard for me to hear when the voice comes through the microphone. Okay, Ms. Hackle, today you're here in court for your arraignment. The charges against you are trespass in the second degree and theft, and the city of LACEY alleges that those occurred on April 10th. All right, Ms. Claremont.
Your Honor, at this time, I don't think we're ready to proceed with the arraignment. I do want to get her counsel assigned as soon as possible. I do think she qualifies given she's currently unemployed, but at this time, she said she didn't understand her rights when I tried to talk with her, and I am going to file a 1077 as soon as her hearing is over. I'd like to get her a quick turnaround for an in-custody hearing for her next court date.
Okay. Does she need to be in custody for that?
Your Honor, I think it's appropriate she get an in-custody evaluation at this time. I mean, the city, given the remarks the city has made.
Okay. All right, if you'll prepare and send a order for a competency evaluation, we'll get that in the system as quick as possible. Now, looking at the docket here, there was said a no bail hold. I don't understand that, but change that to on the theft case, that's $1,000. That's according to the court rule hold, and then a trespass is $500. All right, and we'll set competency hearing. That'll be, set that for May 5th, 3 weeks. And hopefully we'll have the report at least by then. It's May 5th at 1:30. Okay, Ms. Hackle, you're done for today. You can go with the officer.
And Your Honor, Pacific Point Defense being appointed.
Yeah, we'll appoint Pacific Point.
Thank you.
All right, and sir, over in the jail, what's your name, please?
Engler.
Okay. All right, Mr. Engler, today you're here in court for your arraignment. Charge against you is violation of a protection order. The city of LACEY alleges that that occurred on April 13th. We're going to review your other violation of protection order case. All right, Mr. Swenson.
Thank you, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Engler before court. I reviewed the nature of the new charge and his constitutional rights. He has no questions at this time. Defense will stipulate to probable cause for the purpose of today's hearing and ask to enter a plea of not guilty. And I'm also asking the court to appoint my office on the new case. I represent Mr. Engler on his FTC matter.
All right, Mr. Engler, I'll enter your plea of not guilty to the protection order charge. Appoint Pacific Point as your attorney. Okay, and then what's the city's position on release?
Your Honor, the city is going to request a $1,000 bail in each case. The defendant was last before this district court back on March 13th when he pled guilty to no contact order violation. and has violated again. So it's substantially likely that he will continue to disregard this court's order and have contact with the victim, whose father who simply does not want any contact. So that's the monetary amount. We additionally ask for conditions of no law violations and not to have any contact with the victim and obey all no contact orders.
Mr. Swenson?
Your Honor, I'm asking the court to release Mr. Engler on his personal recognizance in both of his cases. After being released from custody about a month ago, he did check in with probation immediately. There haven't been, until this new allegation, there haven't been any issues with his probation. He's indicated to me he did do an evaluation for mental health treatment at South Sound. We do need to get a copy of that evaluation and start engaging in treatment, which he cannot do from in custody, Your Honor. He does have a place to stay in Olympia. He has good contact information, which is different from the last time that he was in custody, Your Honor, when bail was set. He had missed court. He had lost contact with me and missed a court date, so a warrant was issued. But I think things have changed, and he has a more stable situation now with his housing. I also have good contact with his uncle, who doesn't live in the county. I think he's down in Vancouver. But he does have familial support outside of his father, who this order is with. He's not going to be able to post any amount of bail, Your Honor. Again, I think that getting Mr. Engler into some mental health treatment is what everybody wants here. That was the family's hope for Mr. Engler, and it sounds like he's taken some steps to addressing that, but he cannot go any further if he's held in custody. So he is entitled to the presumption of release and presumed innocent of this new allegation. I'd ask the court to release him, given his limited criminal history and the fact that he's been otherwise compliant with his probation so far and did make that check-in as required.
Let's see what probation has to say.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Engler did report to me on the 3rd. At the time, he told me he was homeless and didn't have stable housing, and that he was still working on getting a mental health eval and his substance eval. He thought at the time that his mental health eval he had done when he was in custody to be released counted, but I tried to explain to him that it was a different assessment. At the time of the intake, it was kind of hard to get much information from Mr. Engler. And but he still, we set an appointment for next month, but that was before this all occurred. So we're still waiting for him to hopefully get those assessments, which appears he needs.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm certainly concerned. I mean, Mr. Engler was just placed on a deferred sentence on March 13th. So the concern that he may continue to violate is well-founded, and I think $1,000 bail is a very reasonable amount given that. So I'll set bail current case of $1,000. Conditions are: don't violate the law, don't possess any firearms or dangerous weapons, and comply with the order. The probation case bail will be set at the same amount, $1,000. Prior conditions remain, of course. And we'll set both for pretrial and probation violation. Yeah, just regular course.
And I would ask for a sooner rather than later hearing, given I don't think my client's going to be able to post, Your Honor.
Well, if you have a disposition or something, then you can add it on to the calendar. But for initial setting, we'll just set in the regular course.
And Your Honor, just for the record, I did want to do an oral motion to revoke the deferred sentence in the case ending in 4800 based on the new law violation.
Okay. All right, May 26th at 9:30 for both. And then Teresa on the probation case. That ends in 800. The disposition on that needs to be changed from deferred prosecution to deferred sentence. It's put into JIS wrong. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Engler, we're going to see you back here May 26th or sooner if we need to have a hearing for your case sooner. All right, and you can go with the corrections officer. All right, and then
Mr. Engler,
Mr.
you're free to go.
Yeah, yeah, and then Mr. Hofstad, are you all set?
I am.
Okay, and this. All right, this is Mr. Vasquez Mendez.
It is.
¿Es el
Okay,
señor
he's here.
Vázquez Méndez? Sí, lo es. Sorry.
Yes, and we have Ms. Rodriguez here to interpret.
Tenemos a la señora Rodríguez para interpretar.
Okay, so Mr. Hofstad, today we're here for trial confirmation.
Señor Hofstad, el día de hoy estamos aquí para confirmación del juicio.
The court has a speedy trial waiver.
El tribunal tiene una renuncia a juicio sin demora.
Yes, we do.
Sí, lo tenemos.
It's in my folder.
And we are working with both Lacey and Thurston County on similar charges. Mr. Vasquez has quite a bit to sort out here.
Y estamos trabajando con Lacey y el condado de Thurston con cargos semejantes. El señor Vázquez Méndez nos ha dado bastante que necesitamos trabajar.
He was evaluated either yesterday or today by Consejo.
Fue valorado ya sea ayer o hoy por consejo.
It's probably going to result in either an inpatient bed and or a deferred prosecution evaluation.
Y resultará esto en un internamiento para tratamiento de alcohol o un proceso deferido relacionado con tratamiento de alcohol.
I'm going to ask the court to accept the waiver today, which I reviewed with my client with the interpreter, reset trial dates, and if the court's inclined to perhaps set a pre-trial hearing in about 3 weeks.
Y hablé con mi cliente, él acepta la renuncia al juicio sin demora. Quisiéramos hoy agendar nuevas fechas para juicio y si pudiéramos agendar una audiencia previa a juicio en unas 3 semanas.
The reason I'm asking for the pretrial hearing is because I think all 3 jurisdictions are going to resolve around the same time period. And I think it would be helpful for everybody if we had a date certain to look forward to.
Y el motivo por qué pido esta audiencia es porque creo que las 3 jurisdicciones van a poder tener una resolución para entonces si sería útil tener una fecha que será fecha tope para nosotros.
All right, what's the city's position?
¿Cuál es la postura de la ciudad?
No objection to the reset with the waiver.
No hay objeción a el aplazamiento con la renuncia.
All right, Mr. Hofstad, would you like to go to June 2nd for trial confirmation?
Señor Hofstad, ¿podemos avanzar al 2 de junio para confirmación de juicio?
That'd be fine.
Estaría bien.
All right, June 2nd for trial confirmation, June 15th for trial.
Junio 2 para confirmación de juicio, 15 de junio para juicio.
Put it on 10. Yeah. All right, and then the pre-FTC case will follow to June 2nd.
Y el caso FTC seguirá junio 2.
All right, Mr. Vasquez Mendez, you're done for today. You can go with the officer.
Señor Vázquez Méndez, esto es todo por hoy. Puede usted pasar con el oficial.
Gracias.
Thank you.
So there won't be a pretrial set then?
No
You
habrá
can set the-
audiencia, no habrá audiencia previa a juicio.
You can set that with calendaring if you need to.
Usted lo puede agendar con las personas que agendan.
Okay.
También.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Ms. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon.
All right, now we'll go to Nisqually Lacey. What's your name, please?
Sean O'Heffernan.
Mr. Heffernan. All right, so this is Mr. Heffernan's pre-trial hearing. Okay, and that's.
Yes, Your Honor, we have a
that's you.
resolution in place. I'm not sure if that has made it over to the court yet, though.
Heffernan. Mm-mm. Yep. All right, well, while you sort that, I will go to the other case. So stand by, Mr. Heffernan. And over at Nisqually Olympia, what's your name, please?
Ray
Your last name?
Delahunt.
Thank you.
First name Lonnie.
Delahunt. Yep. All right, second here, Mr. Delahunt. All right, and Mr. Delahunt, today you're here in court for your arraignment. The charge against you is harassment, and the city of Olympia alleges that that occurred on April 12th. Mr. Hofstad?
Your Honor, I was a late minute call up to cover for Mr. Sneva. So I was able, I believe, to prepare this calendar, but I may have missed a couple of things, just so the court knows. I did talk to Mr. Delahunt. I've reviewed the police report. Will stipulate the probable cause for the purpose of the arraignment only, enter a not guilty plea, and he is asking for counsel.
All right, Mr. Delahunt, I'll appoint a public defender to represent you and enter your not guilty plea to the harassment charge. Ms. Pinkston, what's the city's recommendation on release?
Thank you, Your Honor. And I am noticing that I did put the wrong date on the complaint, so I'll orally amend that today, but we will submit a amended complaint. It's actually March 12th, not April 12th. Outside of that, there's no in-state history, but this defendant does have very extensive out-of-state history. It's very lengthy. I would say the most recent, it looks like from 2025 in California, and that was for a theft. They're outside of California, it looks like a lot of California, and then I believe a lot of Oregon. So I do have concerns that he doesn't have ties to the area. I do have concerns about the length of his out-of-state criminal history. A lot of it does look like kind of theft, alcohol or drug-related offenses, disorderly offenses. So because of that and the nature of the facts in front of us on this case, I am asking for minimum bail. I'm asking for $1,000, as well as a no contact order with the alleged victim.
I can't get out today.
So, Mr.
right,
Delahunt,
Mr.
I'm going to
Hofstad?
do the talking for you, okay?
Go ahead, Mr. Hofstad.
We're asked for a PR release, Your Honor. The allegations in this particular case happened a month before the arrest, which I think is relevant in a harassment case. So I'm going to ask the court to release him. I anticipate the court ordering him not to own or possess any firearms. I did send over a declaration of non-surrender to the clerk.
All right, Mr. Dillahunt, today I will release you on your personal recognizance.
Thank
Conditions
you.
of your release are: don't violate the law, don't possess firearms or dangerous weapons, surrender any firearms or dangerous weapons you may have, and then comply with the conditions of this no contact order. So that means no contact with Ms. Johnson. That includes her residence, school, or workplace, or 1,000 feet of those locations.
Yes, sir, I will.
Okay. And then I'll set a date for you for a pretrial hearing. We got Teresa, the public defender. All right, May 19th at 9 o'clock will be your court date.
May 19th, all right.
All right. Stay in touch with your attorney too, Mr. Dillahunt. They can tell you exactly whether you need to be in court or whether you can do Zoom.
Okay, I will do.
All right, thank you. You're good to go,
Thank you.
sir.
Am I done?
You are. Okay, did we get Mr. Heffernan's stuff? What do you mean? It's Mr. Swenson. Oh, ask him.
I was having a check with DC because I don't.
All right, and sir, over at Nisqually Olympia, what's your name, please?
Dimitri Squire.
Mr. Squire. Okay, and Mr. Squire, you're here today. Looks like some warrants got served on you. One of those warrants was for failure to appear for an arraignment, so we're going to go ahead and arraign you now.
Okay.
The charges against you are driving with a suspended license in the 3rd degree and operating a vehicle without an interlock. And the city of Olympia alleges that those occurred on March 20th of 2026. Mr. Hofstad.
I'm going to enter a not guilty plea. I'm appointed on the backup matter, so I'm going to ask for Olympia Public Defense to be appointed on the new case as well.
Okay. All right, Mr. Squire, not guilty plea will be entered. I'll appoint public defense for you. And what's the city's position on release?
So this is a citation where he would have been handed notice and then he failed to appear at his arraignment. This is from 3/20/2026. If you can see on JABS, it looks like 9 days later in King County, he was cited for the exact same thing, driving suspended as well as an interlock device. He has a very extensive criminal history. A lot of it is involving the same allegations that we have in front of us today. Majority of his cases have had warrants history on them. And I honestly don't know that I've seen him appear for a hearing outside of custody. So based on that quick turnaround time, where 9 days later he picks up the same offense, I think he's shown a propensity that he will continue to commit these specific law violations. And also with that FTA history, he's unlikely to reappear. So booking bail on this was $2,000. I'd ask for $2,000 and not to drive with any license or insurance.
Mr. Hofstad. Nope, you're muted, Zach.
I'm going to unmute first. I am looking at the citation. I don't actually see, I certainly could be missing something. I don't see anything on the citation that directs him to an arraignment date.
Yeah, he does. It's on the top right of the citation.
Okay.
March
Well,
30th.
I missed it. He could have missed it as well, Your Honor. He has appeared recently with me out of custody. We had a probation violation hearing.
I've been
in
making it
March.
all my court dates, I've been making it all outside.
Mr. Squire,
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna handle it for you, all right?
Sorry.
He appeared with me for a probation violation hearing on March 10th. At that hearing, he had met with probation. We set a follow-up hearing on May 26th. These warrants that are on the back of matters were only issued, I believe, because they were also calendared for that arraignment date. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been a basis for a warrant to be issued. He has, I believe, contacted probation, provided proof of a substance use evaluation. We're going to ask the court to release him today, set the pretrial on that same May 26th calendar, and then allow me to work with him to address all these issues at once.
All right, and Mr. Squire, you're still using that Marion Street address?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, now that's your parents' home, right?
Yes, my father recently passed away, but yes, it's my mom's home now.
Okay, and are you allowed to go there?
Yes, I am.
All right, Mr. Squire, it's been a little while since I've seen you, and I did not realize that your father had passed away, so I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Squire, I'm going to accept Mr. Hofstad's representations here, and I'll release you on these matters today, but you've got to make your court date, and you've got to comply with your conditions.
Right.
So those conditions are: don't violate the law, don't drive without your interlock, and don't drive without your license and insurance.
Okay,
And then, of course, come to court.
I will.
Okay, and we'll give you a court date now. Okay, May 26th. All right, May 26th at 8:30.
All right, I'll be there.
Okay, we'll see you there, Mr. Squire.
Thank you.
We can go back over to that one.
Guys, you can see right there, comms. What's up, you guys? I'm doing combos. How you guys doing? I need to go to the hospital, bro. I'm sick. I got one of these. I like Melody Miles. Who is that dude? Why is he here? I don't know why he's here. She got a good smile. Oh, that dude, I don't trust him. Attorney Andrew, I don't trust him. I like the other attorney, the other guy. My brother.
All right, Mr. Heffernan, we're going to go back over to your case now. I've got the paperwork that the attorneys were sending over. Okay, Mr. Heffernan, I have a guilty plea here to the charge of obstructing. Is that what you want to do? Plead guilty to obstructing?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're waiving your legal rights by pleading guilty. So you're giving up the right to take the case to trial and have the prosecutor prove the charge beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury. The right to call witnesses to court who could testify in your defense. The right to hear and question witnesses who testify against you. You give up the presumption of innocence and the right to appeal your conviction. The maximum sentence that you can get is 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. And even though there's a sentence recommendation on your plea form, you need to understand I don't have to follow that and could impose up to the maximum sentence. Mr. Heffernan, did anyone make any threats or promises to get you to plead guilty to obstructing?
No, Your Honor.
And the statement written here on your plea form says, on March 24th of 2026 in Lacey, I knowingly walked away from a police officer who gave me a lawful order to stop. Is that your statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I'll accept your guilty plea. Can I hear from the city first?
Yes, Your Honor, this is an agreed recommendation that Mr. Heffernan get credit for the 1-day jail time that he served. I understand from counsel that he's also being held on another matter, so credit for 1 day towards this case, with the other 363 days hanging over his head for 2 years with the conditions of no law violations.
Mr. Swenson?
Yes, Your Honor, I think this is an appropriate resolution. I'd ask the court to follow the agreed recommendation. He does just have the 1 day credit for the obstruction case. He is being held on the backup matter. And I think the agreement of the parties is just to note the violation in that matter and release Mr. Heffernan in that, continue on with probation. He is also held by some Olympia cases. So I'll be reaching out to his Olympia attorney, and he's hoping to resolve those as soon as possible as well.
Okay. And Mr. Heffernan, did you want to tell me anything before I sentence you?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Well, Mr. Heffernan, I will accept the recommendation and follow it. So your sentence for obstructing will be 364 days, 363 suspended, credit for a day served, so you can be released. For the next 2 years, the conditions of your suspended sentence are don't violate the law. All right, any questions about that?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and I'm releasing you on your probation case with no action.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're good to go, Mr. Heffernan. Yeah. Okay, and then for the, this be you, Mr. Hofstad, do you know who that individual is over there kind of capering in front of the camera?
Yeah, it's Mr. Coombs Cripps, Your Honor.
Okay. Is he in any condition to do court today?
It's hard to say. With my limited amount of time I had this afternoon, I did speak with him. I didn't have enough time, frankly, to really make a competency determination. He seemed to understand what he was booked in for. I did not have the police report at the time, so I couldn't discuss any details of the report with him. There were certainly some concerns during our conversation, although I was able to redirect him momentarily based on his behavior when he entered the booth. I would have some concern about his readiness to proceed today, and would ask the court to, in lieu of entering a 1077 today, just reset this 1 day and see if that changes circumstances.
Okay, well, I'll give Mr. Coombs Cripps an opportunity to participate in court and we'll see how it goes. But if he's not in a frame of mind to be in court today, we'll try again tomorrow. All right, Mr. Coombs Cripps, you're gonna either need to turn on the microphone there yourself or ask the corrections officer to help you. All right.
You're in session. How are you guys
Now
doing?
on. All right, so Mr. Coombs Cripps, today you're here in court for your arraignment, and the charges against you are assault in the 4th degree and malicious mischief in the 3rd degree.
Okay.
And the city of Olympia says that those were committed on April 13th of 2026, yesterday. Okay. Mr. Hofstad's going to handle most of the hearing for you. Okay, Mr. Hofstad.
Your Honor, I was able to review the police report after we spoke. I believe there's sufficient probable cause to enter a not guilty plea on both counts today, and ask for counsel.
Okay. All right, I'll appoint a public defender for you, Mr. Coombs Cripps, and also enter your plea of not guilty to both counts. And then Mr. Carver, what's going to be the city's recommendation on conditions?
The defendant had law enforcement contact earlier in the evening, made statements to officers that he had intention to go to jail, then proceeded over to a Safeway where the assault happened, and was, to quote, in order to get arrested, has a long NCIC, and given the sort of intentional natures, and we're requesting a $2,500 bond with a no contact with the Safeway.
Mr. Hofstad?
I'm not privy to any of the NCIC information. He does have some recent convictions and a pending case out of Centralia, looks like. I'm going to ask the court to release him pending a pretrial hearing. Thank you.
All right, I see that Centralia case pending. Looks like he had another assault conviction about this time last year. And another one in January of last year.
That's a cop.
So I think some bail is warranted here under those circumstances. I'll set bail in the current case at $1,000.
That's $100.
Conditions of release are don't violate the law and don't have any contact with Safeway.
Okay.
And then we've got another matter with a probation or a warrant.
I called that. I told him, I was like, look, I should have a probation warrant. I tried to tell the officer, I told him, you know, I'm on parole. I should have no warrant for not checking in. And they didn't arrest me, so scope.
So May 20th at 10 o'clock will be your next court hearing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna PR him on the theft case. So no additional bail on that theft case, just a court date on May 20th. All right, Mr. Combs Cripps, you are good to go.
Thank you. I'll be out today. Sir.
The judge set bail.
All right, thank you. I'll be out.
Bail set at $1,000.
Oh, so I'm not going anywhere?
Not unless you post bail, no.
Oh, it's all right. How long do I have in jail then? Bail out.
Well, your court date is on May 20th.
All right, no contact with Safeway?
Right.
Oh, let's go.
Okay, now we'll go over to Nisqually Lacey, and what's your name, please?
Ricky Zuniga.
One more time.
Ricky Zuniga.
Last one on the comment, yeah.
That's an
Mr.
Olympia case, Your Honor.
Yeah. Mr. Zuniga, today you're here in court for your arraignment. The charge against you is graffiti. The city of Olympia alleges that occurred on April 12th. Okay, Mr. Hofstad.
Your Honor, we'll stipulate the probable cause today, enter a not guilty plea, and ask for counsel. He is currently on food stamps.
All right, Mr. Zuniga, you qualify and I'll appoint a public defender to represent you. Enter your not guilty plea. And Mr. Carver, the city's position on release.
Diversion has said that he's expressed an interest. The city's going to move to dismiss without prejudice for now.
Okay. Then you can set aside everything I told you there, Mr. Zuniga, and instead you're going to be released because the charge is dismissed by the prosecutor.
All right, thank you.
Is that it?
Yeah, Mr. Zuniga, you're good to go.
Thank you.
Then, sir, over at Nisqually, your name, please.
David Harvest.
And is that Harless?
Yes. Harless.
Got it. Okay, Mr. Harless, today you're here in court for your arraignment. The charge against you is assault in the 4th degree, and the city of Olympia alleges that occurred on April 13th. Okay, Mr. Hofstad?
We stipulate the probable cause for the arraignment, enter a not guilty plea. He's currently not employed, living in a shelter, ask for counsel.
All right, and Mr. Harless, you qualify. I'm going to appoint counsel for you. Enter your not guilty plea to the assault charge. And let's see, where's the prosecutor? I lost the prosecutor. Mr. Carver, is this your case?
Apologies, I thought we were handling a LACEY matter. What was the name on this defendant?
Harless.
Yes, Your Honor, the defendant has a demonstrated history of assaults, mostly has a DUI criminal history.
I ain't done no crime, man.
Yeah,
the fact
Mr. Harless, don't interrupt the
I haven't.
prosecutor or anybody else,
These
okay?
are all trumped up, made up. That guy was attacking me.
Would you mute
I
him?
want to be clear of that. He was clearly attacking me. He hit my dog.
Mr. Harless, I'm gonna represent you today. I've got a good argument to get you out of jail, but it's not gonna work if you keep talking, all right?
as alleged in the PC, this was a 2-on-1 fight. There's a co-defendant whose name is Applin. The city's going to be requesting a $2,500 bond and an anti-harassment order. The victim's nose was allegedly broken, and his hearing aids were lost during the assault.
Okay, and are you Mr. Patton? Okay, and Mr. Patton, the alleged victim, is here in court.
I had to have a CT scan.
Before you have a seat at the table. Nobody else is going to hear you until you're in front of that microphone. Yeah, there we go. And Mr. Patton wanted to address the court about the anti-harassment order.
I'm on a very healthy dose of blood thinners. I got a mechanical heart valve in me. I had to go to the emergency room, get a CAT scan, make sure I didn't have brain bleeding. I'm still bleeding from my mouth from 11 o'clock yesterday or whatever time it was. They screwed me up over that dog that he had was very aggressive and trying to attack my lab that I had next to me. And then his buddy just popped me in the mouth too. He hit me in the eye, and buddy popped me in the nose and broke my nose.
Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Harless, I'm sorry, Mr. Patton, I will be signing an anti-harassment order that prohibits him from having any contact with you. Okay. We'll print a copy of that order for you to have with you. Okay.
Okay.
So you can show it to
Yeah, I don't know
anybody who
who the other
needs to
guy,
know.
what his name is either. I don't recall ever meeting these guys.
Okay. All right. And Mr. Hofstad?
Just after reviewing the report, Your Honor, it's hard to tell exactly who out of the three of these was the primary aggressor. I'm going to ask the court to release Mr. Harless on a PR. No objection to the anti-harassment order. We understand why that would be entered.
Okay. All right. And before I pulled up Mr. Harless's case here, I did see the criminal history that was alleged. I see there are several convictions here going back a number of years, I think back to the 90s. Those do include assaults, and those do include violations of protection orders. So I've got concerns here that Mr. Harless is a violent person, that he poses a risk to Mr. Patton and a risk to interfere with the administration of justice by violating an anti-harassment order. So I'm going to set bail at $5,000. Conditions of release are don't violate the law, don't possess any firearms or dangerous weapons, and comply with this anti-harassment order so that you are to have no contact with Mr. Patton. And then I'll set a date for you for your pretrial hearing.
May 21.
May 21. All right. That's going to be on May 21st at 10 o'clock. And Mr. Patton, just a second here, I'll print that anti-harassment order for you.
This is another app.
There were two case numbers. Did they maybe?
Yeah, it's something about the email. that was in here.
All right, I'm sending you that anti-harassment order now. Okay, and then over at the Nisqually Jail, Lacey, what's your name, please?
It's like working. I am Bob Penguin.
I'm not catching that at all, or any of you. Yeah, sir, could you say your last name very clearly?
Okay, my test, is the mic working?
It is.
Okay, my name is Bob Pangelinian. That's Angelinian with a P.
Got it. All right, Mr. Pangelinian, today you're here in court for your arraignment. The charge against you is simple assault. And the city of Lacey alleges that that occurred on April 12th. Ms. Claremont?
Your Honor, I did have the chance to speak with Mr. Penguin, and at this point, we're going to enter pleas of not guilty, acknowledging receipt of the complaint and waiving a formal reading. We are asking for court-appointed counsel, but I defer to the court on whether or not he qualifies given his monthly income.
All right, and is there any stipulation to probable cause?
For today's purposes only, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Pangolinian, I'll enter your not guilty plea to the assault charge. And what's the city's position on release?
Your Honor, I don't see the defendant has any criminal history, so we don't oppose him being released on his own recognizance. We would ask for conditions of no violations of law, no weapons or firearms, and no contact with the victim, who is the defendant's brother. And there should be a proposed domestic violence no contact order in the court's folder.
Okay. Ms. Claremont?
We have no objections to PR release or the conditions, and I was able to provide the court clerk his updated address and phone number to receive email and mailing reminders about his next court date.
All right, Mr. Pangolinian, will release you today on your personal recognizance. Conditions of your release are don't violate the law, don't possess firearms or dangerous weapons. If you have firearms, dangerous weapons, or a concealed pistol license, you're to surrender those immediately to law enforcement.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then comply with the conditions of this no contact order. That's no contact with your brother.
Yes, Your Honor.
And last thing here is I will give you a court date to come back for your pretrial hearing. No, I haven't heard anything about that. So just put him on the Lacey 905 calendar.
Your Honor, I believe Ms. Claremont said she would defer to the court on the appointment of counsel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's no information to base an appointment on, so I'm not going to appoint now, but if Mr. Pangolinian wants to apply for a public defender, he can. Okay, your court date will be on May 18th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Is his order ready?
Yeah, but I missing
It doesn't need a stamp. That's not necessary. All right, Mr. Patton, you can come right up here and have your copy of that order.
I'd like to wait for the next guy too.
What's that? If you, yeah, if you want to, sure.
The co-defendant's a refusal today, Your Honor.
Who was that?
Mr. Applin.
Okay, I'll mark that down and, yeah.
Here?
Okay, was he the only co-defendant on that one?
He was.
Okay, so Mr. Patton, the other person involved is refusing to come to court today, so he won't be heard today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all right, thank you, sir. All right, and then back over to Nisqually Jail, Nisqually Olympia. What's your name, please?
Bradbury Robert.
And I believe Mr. Granberry's a Lacey matter, Your Honor.
Yeah, I thought I had asked the Nisqually Olympia gentleman there to identify himself. Okay.
Robert Granberry.
Okay, Mr. Granberry, we'll take your case.
I'd like to plead, fully,
Okay, just Mr. Granberry, you're here today in court for your arraignment. The city of Lacey has charged you with trespass in the second degree. And they allege that that occurred yesterday on April 13th. Ms. Claremont?
Your Honor, I believe the city has a motion in Mr. Granberry's matter.
Okay,
Yes, Your Honor. In reviewing Mr. Granberry's criminal history, it looks like recently in February 2026, he had a competency evaluation in a Tacoma case that was dismissed. So due to the issue of competency, the city would move to dismiss this case without prejudice.
okay, Mr. Granberry, the citation's dismissed and you're going to be released.
what time? Whoa, what time? At court?
All right, you're free to go, Mr. Granberry, no court.
Oh, no, I'm gonna get released from jail?
You're getting released.
Let me get it.
All right, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, just let the corrections officer know you're done. They'll let you out.
Good work. All right, yeah. Thank you.
I haven't decided yet.
Thank you, thank you. Oh.
And then the other gentleman over there at Nisqually, what's your name, sir? Mr. Hosted, do you know who that is?
Mr. Snyder?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Snyder, thank you. All right, Caleb Snyder.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Snyder, today you're here in court for your arraignment. The charges against you are harassment and indecent exposure. The city of Olympia alleges that those occurred on April 11th.
Okay.
Mr. Hofstad.
Your Honor, we're going to enter a not guilty plea for the arraignment. As for counsel, I was recently appointed in the last week or so. So ask for Olympia Public Defense to be appointed.
All right, we'll appoint public defense for you, Mr. Snyder. Enter your not guilty plea to both counts. And then Mr. Carver, the city's position on release.
Thank you.
The city's going to request a $1,000 bond with a no contact order from the location. The defendant currently has a pending trespass, and the allegations in this matter were alarming to the city, that he exposed himself to a security guard while hopping a fence. Defendant also has a pending felony matter in Superior Court for burglary and attempting to elude, amongst other things.
Where is it you want him to stay away from?
Sandy Flats, it's an apartment complex at 909 Capitol Way South.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Hofstad, what's your recommendation?
I'm going to ask for a PR release, Your Honor. As for the harassment count, as I've been able to review this in more depth, I think there's an argument against probable cause. According to the report, there's a fence between the defendant and the alleged victim here. So I think a harassment charge is somewhat dubious, but we did stipulate for the purposes of the arraignment, ask the court to release him and set a pretrial date on the same date as my current pretrial with him, which I'm looking up right now.
Yeah, it's May 5th.
On May 5th, please. Thank you.
All right. Well, you know, I'm concerned about Mr. Snyder because I see now that this is 3 cases with violations of release conditions.
Okay.
Four, if you count the DUI that's pending in the county case. So there seems to be a pattern here of Mr. Snyder violating release conditions related to law-abiding behavior. So, Mr. Snyder, at this point, I'm going to set bail in the current case at $1,000. Conditions of your release are don't violate the law, don't go to 909 Capitol Way. And then your court date for this case will be the same as your court date that's already set in your other case here for LACE or for Olympia, and that's May 5th at 8:30.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, no action on that case. It's just the
Can I
backup.
ask, when can bail be posted?
You can post bail anytime.
Okay, great.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and you can let the corrections officer know that you're done.
Okay.
So, okay, but I signed it. I gave it back to you, yeah. All right, sir, over at the jail, what's your name, please?
Brian Nicholas West.
Okay, thank you. Oh, then I'll put it over here so she can do that. Okay, Mr. West, you've got a request here for a furlough. Mr. Nguyen?
That is correct, Your Honor. It was originally set for, the bed date was set for last week, but we couldn't get him on time for an in-custody calendar. So he got a new bed date for April 16th, Your Honor. Asking the court to grant the furlough. And I understand this court's policy is that defendants doesn't get credit for while they're out on furlough.
All right, that's a 28 to 45 day inpatient stay at Northwest Resources.
That is correct, Your Honor, and we're willing to agree to toll of Speedy while he's on furlough, Your Honor.
I've yet to discuss any of this with my attorney. He's just going off what he heard from Northwest Resources.
Did you not want to do the furlough, Mr. West? My understanding was that you did.
I would like to plead guilty to this sentence because it's a misdemeanor obstruction of justice, and I'm already over 30 days, and I feel that's substantial enough time for this.
Okay, we can. Hang on, Mr. West. I guess we can reset to tomorrow, then, Your Honor. I have another case on for tomorrow. Mr. West, give me a call then.
Can I finish what I was saying before you interrupted me? I was saying that if that couldn't be done today, then if you guys are going to do the furlough, I just don't want this hanging over my head later on down the road. The treatment is something that I was willing to seek while I was here or after my release on my own, and Northwest was willing to transport me if I got released or PR'd or whatever. I just don't like the fact that I have a court date, and with all Olympia and Thurston and everything, them joining together, I understand that I'm a victim of my own demise here in the system, and yet the court date was just, I was left off the docket, wasn't brought to court. I was made unaware of what was going on, and then randomly I show up today, and I haven't been able to talk to my attorney or anything. And people have discussed my matters outside of my personal
Mr. West,
bubble. And
Mr. West, you're gonna get a chance to talk to Mr. Nguyen about what it is you want to do. I'm just gonna strike this hearing for today, and then you talk to Mr. Nguyen and decide where you want to go from here. In the meantime, your case is set for trial, and your next hearing date on that is April 29th.
What I was asking for is if it can't be sentenced and handled today, then if he could go ahead with the furlough and do as what he was planning. But I was hoping to get this matter handled today.
Do any of that because you haven't had any contact with Mr. Nguyen. You've come out here to court today and gotten into an argument with your attorney about what it is.
I didn't get into an argument at all. I was expressing my opinion on the matter. That's not an argument.
All right, and then Mr. Nguyen, after you've had a chance to talk to Mr. West, just let us know which way you want to go, okay?
So what was the point? He was
Sounds good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yes. All right, and sir, what's your name, please?
Juventino Plasencia Omega.
All right, Mr. Plasencia, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
All right, so Mr. Plasencia, this is your trial confirmation hearing today. And let's see, Mr. Nguyen.
Oh,
how did
Your
you
Honor,
want to proceed?
it's a change of plea with an unagreed recommendation, Your Honor.
All right, so that's on the 197 case. Okay. Maybe it's put in Laserfish. I don't know. Yeah, there, it's in Laserfish. Yeah, it's just, it was filed into Laserfish.
Oh, so I need to print it.
Yeah. The 197 case number. Okay, I have the guilty plea statement now. So Mr. Plasencia, did you want to plead guilty to 2 counts of assault and 1 count of possession of controlled substance?
Yes, I want to plead guilty. I want to keep my family, so I plead guilty.
All right, have you reviewed your guilty plea with Mr. Nguyen?
Yes, I have.
All right, now you're waiving your rights by pleading guilty. So you give up the right to go to trial, to have the prosecutor prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury, the right to call your own witnesses to court who could testify in your defense, the right to hear and question witnesses who testify against you. You're giving up the presumption of innocence and the right to appeal your convictions to a higher court. The maximum sentence that you can get for these offenses is 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. And for the controlled substance, it's a maximum of 180 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. And regardless of any sentence recommendation anyone makes, I could impose up to the maximum on each count. And Mr. Plasencia, did anyone make any threats or any promises to get you to plead guilty to these charges?
No, they haven't.
Okay. And then written here on your plea form, there's a statement and it says on February 25th of 2026, I intentionally assaulted another person by putting them in fear of being assaulted. And I hugged another person without her permission. I was also in possession of a controlled substance and this happened in Olympia.
Yeah,
Is that your statement?
Yeah, I
That's
apologize for that. I'm being, to be totally honest, I apologize for that. And when I come out to my family, I'm going to be so much.
Okay, Mr. Plasencia, I just need to know at this point whether that's your statement. Sounds like
yes,
it is. Okay. All right, and that's sufficient. I'll accept your plea to the 2 counts of assault in the 4th degree, 1 count of unlawful possession of a controlled substance. Okay, so it sounds like the parties are not in agreement as to what the sentence should be. Mr. Carver, can I hear from the city first?
So Mr. Placencia is well known to the city. He is a considerable nuisance, both to property and has been violent and threatening to members of the community. To that point, he has caused so much disruption downtown, not only with this assault, but other harassing and assaultive behaviors, that there are flyers up in the downtown area warning people about interactions with him. He's been the subject of many community organizations, meetings, and he has continually violated the law every time that he's been out of custody. Often near in time to his release on other charges, he commits new charges. Before the court today is not just this matter, but he also has some probation matters. He's never been successful on probation. It's the city's opinion that he cannot be rehabilitated, that he's a continuing concern to the community. He has this history of violent acts, and he continues to cause a safety concern for members of the community. One of those members of the community is here today, Ms. Card. She's a victim in this matter. That being said, the city's asking for 180 days consecutive on both counts of assault, for 360 total, with a fully suspended sentence on the UPCS, an exclusion order, no contact orders, a CD evaluation and treatment.
Okay.
I would like to do some treatment.
Yeah, Mr. Placencia, just hold on. You're Brianna. Would you like to say anything besides what you put in your written statement? Mhm. If you would come up to that chair there in front of that microphone. Okay. All right. And you're Brianna Card?
Yes, I'm Brianna Card.
What would you like to tell me?
What he did has had a significantly negative impact on my mental and emotional well-being. Sorry. I feared for my life and safety at that moment, and the incident completely re-traumatized me. I moved to Olympia recently in part to get away from a small city where I felt unsafe and constantly harassed. In Olympia, I finally felt safe, but not anymore. My anxiety disorder has worsened, and I'm scared to walk to work in the mornings now. I'm just scared in general, and I find myself being hypervigilant and on edge constantly. I feel exhausted from anxiety, and this is something that will continue to affect me. I'm only one of many that he's made feel this way. I don't think he's capable of rehabilitation. I want the nonstop violence to stop. I want our community, women specifically, to feel that their safety is a priority. I want him to be held accountable for his constant pattern of assaultive behavior that spans at least 8 years now. I want him to serve the appropriate amount of time, and afterwards probation. I would like my no contact order to be upheld. I also want him to receive follow-up treatment for chemical dependency with urine testing, along with mental health treatment. And my hope is that he will not continue to slip through the cracks, because he's only gotten worse.
I apologize for that. I apologize for any damage that.
Mr. Placencia, I want you to hold on a second, okay? Because I'm going to hear from Mr. Nguyen and then you. All right. And Mr. Nguyen.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Your Honor, Mr. Placencia Arevalo does have some history, Your Honor. However, I'm looking at his jabs history, Your Honor. I only see one other assaultive behavior back in 2025. Most of his behavior seems to be theft-related, criminal trespass, or property crimes, Your Honor. I don't see a pattern of assaultive behavior, or I don't see 8 years of assaultive behavior. I see an assault for back in 2024, 2025, I apologize. I do see some felony history, but I don't think they are assaultive behavior. Again, we're not excusing his behavior, Your Honor. He has spent 45 days in jail already for this charge, Your Honor. He understands. Next time, there'll be more jail time or additional greater than 45 days, Your Honor. He just wants to, he's the sole provider for his family. He just wants to get back, get released and provide for his family. The no objection to the no contact order, the stay out of area order, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Plasencia, it's your turn. What would you like to tell me?
I would like to apologize for any bad behavior. I don't assault a person. I apologize. I want to go to treatment, and I want to go to treatment. I want to go to drug and treatment too. You release me, and I will complete it, and I will show it to you. I'm the sole provider for my family. I work in a restaurant, and I pay the rent, and I pay the grocery bills, and it'd be good for me to go over there. That's what I'm gonna do. And I want to go to some behavior hospital so I can do my drug and treatment, and I will bring proof to you. Just give me the chance. I'm a family man. I've been suffering right here. My family's been suffering too. And I apologize to the community. Give me the chance so I can prove it to the community that I'm a better person, and I will do my classes, and I will go and do my treatment.
Question, Ms. Card?
I just wanted to say that he was arrested in 2018 for strangulation, and he was let out of jail because they were full, at least from what I saw. I just wanted to.
Yeah, I don't see that at all in the history, so I'm not sure where she's getting that from, Your Honor.
I never strangle anybody.
Don't say anything, Mr. Arevalo.
That's a superior court matter.
I don't even see it in
It's
jabs.
it's in jabs.
Is it in jabs? All right.
Okay, Mr. Plasencia Arevalo, this is going to be your sentence. For each count of assault in the fourth degree, 364 days with 274 days suspended. For the controlled substance violation, 180 days with all 180 days suspended. I'm applying 45 days credit on count 1 and imposing these sentences consecutively. So you have 135 days left to serve on this sentence. For the next 2 years, the conditions of your sentence are: don't violate the law, don't go to any bars or taverns, don't possess or consume any alcohol, marijuana, or non-prescribed drugs, don't possess any firearms or dangerous weapons.
I won't.
Placing you on active probation, and you're to report to probation upon your release from custody, and at their direction, complete a substance use disorder program.
Yes, I'm gonna do that.
I'm also issuing these no contact orders that prohibit you from having any contact with Ms. Card, for one. I'll sign that order now so Ms. Card can have a copy of it. All right, Mr. Plasencia Arevalo, do you have any questions for me about your sentence?
To be totally honest, thank you. I'm going to do the treatment, and I want to complete the probation, and I want to apologize. I don't want to offend anybody anymore. But that was an accident. That usually is not me. I was under the influence, and I won't do it anymore. Thank you for giving me the chance, and they not give me all the full time. And so, how long do I got to serve?
This card will print a copy, anti-harassment order, so you can have it with you if you.
Your Honor, the city was also asking for an exclusion order, and a proposed
Yes.
order had been submitted to the court. I didn't know if the court was granting that
Yep.
or not.
I got it, and the exclusion order has been signed, so I know Mr. Plasencia Arevalo, you're gonna get a copy of that too, and that excludes you from going to certain places downtown, so you'll need to look at that order.
Yeah, that'll work. Thank you.
Hmm? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. These documents aren't moving, so you're probably gonna have to pull them yourself. All right, Mr. Plasencia, you're all done for today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And Your Honor, I only have one other matter on the calendar is Lindenmuth, and I think he's been found not competent, Your Honor.
All right, just give me a second
Okay.
here.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Documents for
That's
Mr.
Okay,
Plasencia.
understood.
My name is Brianna Card.
Yeah, there are two of them.
Brianna Card.
Mr. Nguyen, I don't think I've received that evaluation. If you could send it over to me.
I think I sent it and you were on the original email, but I can send it again.
Yeah, just release on prior conditions. I'm trying to get those documents all signed at the end. Yeah, there we go. They finally moved. Okay.
And Your Honor, I also believe the other two Lacey matters may be refusals when the court is ready to address those.
All right, which Lacey matters are refusals?
Well, we could start by the Mr. Calabrese.
Calabrese, okay.
The city has reason to believe there's been competency, finding of not competency within the past year, so the city would move to dismiss without prejudice.
Okay. So that Calabrese matter will be dismissed and he'll be released.
And then I'll defer to Mr. Swenson on Mr. DeCou.
Yes, Your Honor, the jail staff over at Nisqually informed me that Mr. Deku is refusing to come to court again today. He refused yesterday as well. I'd ask to set this one more time to just directly to tomorrow's in custody.
Let's see. I am inclined to just reset him for a pretrial in the normal course, and he can decide whether to come to court. I'm gonna communicate this again to you. There are a number of people who tend to refuse court, and then the cases tend to get set each successive day. And I don't want to engage in that pattern. So understanding that a person can have difficulties coming in from a fresh arrest and not be in a good mental place or a good physical place to go to court, I understand if they don't come the first day after they're arrested. But if that's a pattern, unless it's a mandatory appearance for something like an arraignment or probable cause hearing, I'm just inclined to set them for the hearing that they missed. In Mr. Doku's case, a pretrial. And then if you as counsel determine that they're in a place to come to court sometime before and you think it's appropriate to ask for a bail hearing, then we can set it for that. But setting it every single day is something I'm getting away from.
Understood, Your Honor.
So I'll keep you posted on dates that these are set for. All right, and is that it? Is that the last matter for LACEY? Is Doku?
Yes, Your Honor, there was a Chris Hill, but I believe he posted from Nisqually, so I'm not quite certain what future date he was given.
Charles Hill.
Yes, Your Honor, Charles Hill did
I'll see if I can tell you.
post.
Yeah, he had a pretty low bail. Well, I haven't got an updated docket, but yeah, I don't have the bail return yet, so I don't know what date they gave him.
Okay, so I believe that should be it for LACEY.
All right, then Mr. Nguyen, you want to address Lindenmuth?
Yes, Your Honor. I sent the eval to the prosecutor, and I think the court has a copy also. It was sent to the court, finding him not competent, Your Honor. I think city has a motion, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. This was a attempt to restore Mr. Lindenmuth that was unsuccessful. He remains incompetent. The city's going to move to dismiss without prejudice, and that he be released pending a DCR.
Okay, charges are dismissed. He is released. He can be evaluated for civil commitment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't think we ever got that. Unless it came in today. It may have. I don't know. I don't see it in the file either. All right, then back over to the jail, sir. What's your name, please?
Keegan Craven.
All right, and Mr. Nguyen, I think, or no, Mr. Hofstad, you had asked for a furlough for Mr. Craven.
That's correct. I filed a furlough request with the details and had him added on today for that request.
So what's the City of Olympia's position on the furlough request?
I'm not sure I saw that request. Did you send that to me, Mr. Hofstad?
I don't know that I did. I had him added on over the weekend. That's when I sent the email out, and I don't see that I CC'd in your office. Apologize for that. It's a standard furlough request, Northwest Resources Transport. I can forward this along to you right now. Also file the speedy trial waiver.
What's the release date for that?
That'd be tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
I'll defer to the court on that. You know, the charges themselves are not chemical dependency related charges. I know that I had some mental health concerns at the time, and I can't remember the exact all of the issues if allegations of drugs or alcohol were involved in the incident. So I'll defer to the court. I just have my concerns are Mr. Craven's history is a fairly violent history. So I just have concerns about him going anywhere at this point.
Yeah, this would affect your trial date too.
That's correct. That's why we filed the speedy trial waiver, and I can tell everyone involved, I suppose, if they're in the police report, there were statements from the protected party regarding drug use and concerns about that.
Okay, so Teresa, strike the trial date. All right, Mr. Craven, I am going to sign your furlough for treatment at Northwest Resources. So your furlough will start tomorrow morning. The end date will be May 29th. That recognizes 45 days for the program. You're only authorized to be at jail or at Northwest Resources or transportation in between those two places. And you must return to custody at the Nisqually jail immediately upon your treatment ending, no matter what the reason is that it ends. We've set a hearing for you for when you get back. I'm setting that for June 2nd at 1:30. He's coming back on a Friday afternoon. And then we'll see what happens from there. Okay, we'll look at your release conditions and we'll look at your trial date at that time. Okay, good luck in treatment, Mr. Craven.
I'm good, Mr.
Yep. That's all for today.
Yep.
And over at the jail, what's your name, please?
Christopher Anemia.
Okay, just 1 second. So this is Mr. Nemia's pre-trial hearing, Mr. Hofstad.
That's correct, Your Honor. Just a moment, please. I had sent over a change of plea on the pretrial matter to both the city to review and to Ms. Garza for entry today.
My apologies. I didn't know if that was just for my review or if you wanted me to sign it and forward it on.
No, I actually sent 2 emails, one to you and one to Ms. Garza.
Okay. I have reviewed that plea form, Your Honor, and I'm in agreement with it.
You got it over there. All right, Mr. Nemia, I have your plea statement here to the charges of possession of stolen property and unlawful possession of a controlled substance. Have you reviewed your guilty plea with Mr. Hofstad?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're waiving your legal rights by pleading guilty. So you're giving up the right to go to trial, to have the prosecutor prove those charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury, the right to call witnesses to testify in your defense, the right to hear and question witnesses who testify against you. You're giving up the presumption of innocence and the right to appeal your conviction. The maximum sentence you can get for possession of stolen property is 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. And for unlawful possession of controlled substance, the maximum is 180 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. Now, regardless of what sentence anyone recommends I impose, I could impose up to the maximum on both. Now, Mr. Nemia, did anyone make any threats or any promises to get you to plead guilty to these charges?
No, sir.
And the statement written here says on March 18th of 2026 in Olympia, I possessed a bike worth less than $750, which was reported stolen, and I knowingly possessed a controlled substance without a valid prescription. Is that your statement?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to write in the defendant's signature line that you're adopting this as your statement. And I'll also accept your guilty plea to both counts. All right, Ms. Pinkston, can I hear from the city first?
It's an agreed recommendation. We're just asking for the remainder, for credit for time served, and the remainder of the time to be suspended for 1 year.
Mr. Hofstad.
Yeah, it's agreed, Your Honor. I've been working with Mr. Nemia for a little while now, and after our talk today, I mean, he made it clear that he doesn't want to be stuck in this merry-go-round. You know, his charges are not the most serious of charges. This particular incident, he was caught riding on a bike that was reported stolen an hour earlier, and he maintains that he didn't actually take the bike. And he's always been very respectful to me. So I hope he figures this out. You know, we've had some other people on the calendar today that haven't figured it out, and they're sitting in jail for long periods of time. So I hope Mr. Nemia sorts this out soon.
All right, Mr. Nemia, would you like to tell me anything?
It's not that like I like being in jail. It's not like I want to be doing bad or anything like that. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes it's easy to be like get caught up in like a materialistic world of like doing drugs and all that stuff. And it's not like I like to be out there. It's not like I like to be away from my son. It's not like I like to be with my family. You know, I'm not thankful my mom is still alive and like I still have that opportunity to even be with her if I was to like start doing better. Which I mean, all I can give you is my word that I want to do better. But it's like, you know, the showing the actions of being actually doing better is what I like want to do. But like, you know, just like how I am, my situation right now, like, I want to do better, but I can't show you. I can't tell you that. I can only show you. You know, Your Honor. Sorry.
All right, well, yeah, you kind of have to do the work, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Easy to say, a little harder to do. Mr. Hofstad's right. You got to figure it out. You know, and when you're, you know, you can figure it out when you're in jail, and you can know in your head that, you know, I really shouldn't do that stuff because all that happens is I wind up in jail. But it's when you're out there in the community and the opportunity to take drugs presents itself, you gotta make that decision. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yes,
or when that opportunity to take a bike presents itself, you don't do it. So, Mr. Nemi, I'm looking at a couple of your older cases here too. So Teresa on his FTC cases. So 2024-620. Nemi, yeah. And then 817. I'm going to close both of those. All right, so Mr. Nemi, I'm closing a couple of your old probation cases. I am going along with the sentence recommendation for the new case. So that's 364 days, 337 suspended, credit for 27 served. Count 2 is 180 days with all of it suspended. And the conditions for the next year: don't violate the law, no alcohol, marijuana, or non-prescribed drugs, and don't have any contact with 507 10th Avenue Southeast.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I hope you make good choices, Mr. Nemi. You're a young guy and you seem like you're sincere about it. So I hope you can turn it around and it gets better from here.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you for this opportunity.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you. Am I done? Am I done?
You're done.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Did I just take John's water?
Yeah, you okay there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, thank gosh for Teresa.
Yeah.
Some water.
Getting choked up over that sentencing, I could tell. It's really moving.
Barker. Just want to make sure I do all his releases so they actually release them. Poor Teresa. Well, Zach, we should still have some people.
I don't think we do.
All right, well, Applin, we're gonna have to do tomorrow then.
Peters is a refusal.
Peters. All right, he needs to be set for a pre-FTC, so he doesn't need to be set for tomorrow necessarily. Did he refuse yesterday too?
I believe he did.
Yeah, he refused Friday too. So Teresa on Peters, just pick a day for a pre-FTC then, a couple of weeks. Yeah, just a regular day for sound defenders.
For Peters is an Olympia case.
Yeah.
Okay, you said sound defender, so I just caught my attention.
Yeah, okay, that sounds better. 429. He's held without bail, so it's going to need to be in the afternoon. Yeah. All right, Peters will be April 29th at 1:30. Mhm. No, well, they just may not have got his bail from the jail yet. Sometimes they're really slow. Okay, what about Jeffrey Backman?
Yeah, that's my client. I don't have anything helpful from the court or Mr. Backman, unfortunately.
Is he still on a furlough or is this end of furlough for him?
He was granted a furlough. This was a review date to see how that went, and I don't think it went well.
All right, that is remarkably refreshing answer. All right, we have 2 pretrials and a PV. All right,
When we're saying it didn't go well, are we saying he's no longer there?
I've told you everything that I can say about that particular situation.
well, we're gonna issue a no bail warrant in each case.
Okay.
So we don't need JNSs for that, but we'll just do.
If I had reason to argue against that, I would do so. We'll leave it at that.
I trust that you would. Okay, let me make sure we didn't forget anybody. Oh, I haven't assigned a date for Blake Deku yet, so don't let me forget that. Blake Deku. All right, that's everything for Olympia, isn't it?
I think so, yes.
Did we just keep dates on Hill Saran?
Oh, Hill Saran was a strike.
Oh, okay.
Going on to confirmation. That's gonna be a furlough add-on pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah, Blake Deku. Can you give me a date for a pretrial pre-FTC with Pacific Point? Yeah. Well, one's a pretrial, one's a pre-FTC.
5/26.
5/26 at 10. Okay, and then Swenson might change that. So he did, but his on the pretrial case, his bail's 2,500. Oh, that's a change from the oral order the other day. And then on the PV case, also 2,500. And 5/26 at 10. Okay. All right, that's the last case then.
Thank you.
All right, be good. Thanks, Tim.